Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here on the show to talk about the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl between the Louisville Cardinals and the Toledo Rockets. And then I'll talk about some NASCAR news at the end, but let's talk about this bowl game here. First of three bowl games today I'll be recapping. So, Louisville beats Toledo 27-22. I'm sure certain Charlie Crow will be happy about that one. Especially, it was a mid game. It was, I think, like 14-3 through 3 quarters, and then it was like, was it 21-3 or something? But yeah, Toledo scored 19 of their 22 points in the fourth quarter. Louisville's defense played pretty good through the first 3 quarters, but then Toledo caught fire there in that fourth quarter. I believe their quarterback, Caleb Osborne, was making his first career start, first collegiate start. Thought he was pretty solid. You know, I mean, he had a passing touchdown, had 77 yards rushing on 18 carries. So it wasn't bad, but Toledo's run defense really struggled all day. They couldn't stop the run, gave up like 200 yards rushing. It was only 7-3. Louisville, at halftime, Louisville scored on their first drive, but then they never scored the rest of the half. So Keon Brown got the start, and he opened the game with a 31-yard run. The drive ended with a 17-yard touchdown pass to Treshawn Hurry, but the offense stalled after that for the rest of the half. A missed field goal, a fumble, and an inability to convert on third down kept the Cardinals from getting any more points against Toledo's defense, which ranks number 2 among the FBS teams. So both these teams have good defenses. You know, Keyshawn Brown and Isaac Brown then ignited the offense again in the second half, which helped them take a 21-3 lead. Keyshawn had 3 straight runs for 27 yards to set up a Moss 5-yard touchdown pass to Antonio Meeks, and Isaac ran in an 11-yard touchdown on the next drive at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Although the Cards didn't score much in the first half, Toledo didn't either. The Rockets were held to a 41-yard field goal at the end of the first quarter. 3 of their 4 drives in the second quarter were 3 and outs for only 48 total yards. The Toledo freshman, Caleb Osborne, the quarterback, spoiled the second half shutout with a 26-yard touchdown pass to Jacob Peterson. They got the 2-point conversion, which made it 21-11. Score with 5 minutes in the final quarter. Even after U of L lost one of its leaders, and Cleveland Loban, defensive lineman who was called for targeting, with 7:53 left in the game, the unit held strong. Michael Carter sacked Osborne in the next play, but they still came away with the points. They had a 50-yard field goal. In true Cardinals Louisville fashion this year, the game was wacky until the end. The 53-yard rushing touchdown from Isaac Brown was followed by 8 Toledo points. That included Avery Smith blocking the extra point, and then after Isaac scored, they take it back for safety, and then they get a touchdown on their possession. And then all of a sudden it's 27-22. They don't get the extra point. Then tempers flared while Louisville ate up the final 2 minutes, 24 seconds, with a brawl breaking out on the Louisville sideline. Both teams were called for unsportsmanlike conduct. Once the dust settled, they nailed it out for the final minute. So it was a really fun fourth quarter. First 3 quarters was alright, but the fourth quarter was pretty fun to watch, I thought. But yeah, Louisville was just unable to do much. Wasn't able to do much in the first half offensively. It's just the inability to convert third downs. They had a blocked kick, a fumble. So yeah, just a bunch of stuff there in the first half. But Louisville's ran the football pretty well. And this game ran for 207 total yards, about 5.8 a carry. Really helped them get going in the second half in this ball game on the offensive side of the ball. Toledo didn't do much until the fourth quarter, which they made a good effort. They made a good effort to at least make this a really entertaining fourth quarter to watch. But obviously they couldn't get the stop at the end when they needed it. And that's really my thoughts on the game here. On both teams. The defense I thought was good overall for both teams. The run defense for Toledo just really kind of failed them, I thought, in the second half. Their offense was finally able to come alive. It's just they weren't able to get that key stop when they needed it there on that last Louisville possession. Just Louisville was getting chunk run after chunk run. Then it was pretty much over. But let's go over the stat sheet. Louisville, they end the season 9-4. They're the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl champions. 9-4 record. 27 points. He had 7 in the first quarter, 0 in the second quarter, 7 in the third quarter, and 13 in the fourth quarter. Miller Moss was 16-24, 153. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, a whatever game from Miller Moss. It was solid. It was just really the running game. Keyshawn Brown, 15 runs, 112 yards, 7.5 a carry. Isaac Brown, 10 runs, 102 yards, 10.2 a carry, 2 touchdowns. He had a long of 53. And Keyshawn Brown with a 31-yard run. Just absolute dominance from that running game. Receiving, Colin Lacey, 6 catches, 88 yards. Treshawn Hurry, 3 catches, 28 yards and a touchdown. Antonio Meeks, 3 catches, 26 yards and a touchdown. Defensively, they had 4 sacks, 11 TFLs. Their defense was pretty good until the fourth quarter. I mean, 2 of those points were from special teams, so. And I think another 3 were on a field goal, so. Defense still played, I thought, good overall. Kicking, they were 0 for 1. Cooper Ranver missed a field goal, made 3 of his 4 extra points. Obviously, one of them got blocked. But yeah, now let's go to the Toledo stat sheet. They end their season at an 8-5 record. They had 22 points, 3 in the first quarter, 0 in the second quarter, 0 in the third quarter, 19 in the fourth quarter. Caleb Osborne, a freshman, making his first start, 17-28, 167, 1 touchdown, no interception, 167. 18 runs, 77 yards, 4.3 carry. And I thought it was a good first start for the freshman in this one. Wasn't perfect, but I thought it was good for his first start. Chip Trainum. Chip. 16 runs, 65 yards, 4.1 a carry and a touchdown. Kenji Christian, 6 runs, 27 yards, 4.5 a carry. They had 169 yards, nice. 4.2 a carry and a touchdown. Receiving, Junior Vanderross, the second, 7 catches, 61 yards. Jacob Peterson, 3 catches, 60 yards and a touchdown. Ryder Treadway, 1 catch, 20 yards. Rudolph and Christian each had 12 yards. Defensively, they had 2 sacks, 7 TFLs. Robert Hammond III, 2 of 3 on field goals. And they end their season 8-5. So let's go over the team stats, and then we'll go to NASCAR to wrap this video up. So, team statistics. For Louisville, they had 23 first downs, so they were 1 of 9 on third down, 3 for 3 on fourth down, 333 total yards, 180 rushing yards on 36 attempts, 5 yards a carry, 6 penalties for 70 yards, 1 turnover with 1 fumble, no interceptions, 20 minutes time possession for Toledo, 20 first downs, 4-13 on third down, 1 for 1 on fourth down, 336 total yards. 169 rushing yards on 40 attempts, 4.2 a carry. They 14 penalties for 100 yards. A lot of penalties in this game from Toledo. They had 1 turnover with 1 fumble, no interceptions, 31 minutes time of possession. But it's all to say for this game, man. 27-22, pretty mid through 3 quarters, but it got really exciting there in the fourth quarter. So it could have been a blowout, but luckily Toledo made a good game in the fourth quarter to watch. But yeah, 27-22, Louisville gets a bowl win, ends their season 9-4. Let's move on, talk about some NASCAR. So, some things here from Joseph Strigley on Sirius XM. Carl Long confirms the MBM will be fielding a Daytona 500 entry for Casey Mears. The team will also field a ARCA Menard Series entry for Derek White at Daytona. And also, Hettinger Racing will field a O'Reilly Auto Parts Series entry in 2026, number 5, with support from Ford and Roush Yates Engines, drivers TBA. Joe Williams Jr. will serve as shot caller. The team's acquired owner points from Cope Family Racing. Crazy they just upped into NASCAR without a full season ARCA or any other series. Wasn't this a team that was supposed to run full-time in trucks, or at least a majority of the schedule this year, and only showed up to Daytona or something? Or am I wrong? I don't know. Let's get to see what we got from old Bob Parkers. And that team will be racing full time. So Nitro Motorsports has signed Thomas and Uzeda to Nitro Motorsports for the ARCA Menard Series full time in 2026. But the big news really, for NASCAR this morning. Big Machine Racing announced this morning that Patrick Starpoli will drive full-time in the number 48 for the team next season in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. The eye surgeon made 8 National Series starts last year. Money. Don't you just love money? I'm sorry, it's a weather app. But don't you just love money, man? It's the only reason he's got this ride. Tell me they couldn't find a better pay driver than Patrick Starpoli. You might as well have just kept Nick Sanchez. I guarantee you, Starpoli won't run that well in the 48 car. He might run decent, but hell, Nick Sanchez won a race with that in that car and ran pretty well for the most part. But I guess didn't have enough funding, and they got to bring in somebody that has the money. Must have brought a very large check to this team. This is how NASCAR teams find new drivers these days. It's hello. I like money. That Mr. Krabs gif. I like Patrick Starpoli, like the story, but the fact that Nick Sanchez got canned because this dude brought a bigger check is not right. It's just the facts. Like, they went from a guy that ran good to a guy that, I don't know about if he'll even, I don't even know if he'll run like top 20. This sport has gone to shit. Like, talent is just dead. I mean, it's pretty clear. It was already dead, but now it's even more dead. It was dead when Corey Haim can't get a top Xfinity ride despite dominating trucks for the last, like, 2 years. So, wonder how many zeros were on that check. They got rid of Nick Sanchez for this, bro. That's what happens when you do shit the last minute. And you're rushing to get a driver. Morons, man. Someone asked Bob again, is there any news on NASCAR changes to the points playoff system? Don't expect NASCAR to announce a new playoff system until sometime in January, so maybe next month, maybe we'll get something. If it's not the 10 race chase or 36 race format, then I don't want to hear it anyways. Give me full season, or the full season with the current regular season point structure, but I wouldn't throw a fit over the original chase coming back. Honestly. So either give me 10 race chase, give me the full season, or don't even bother announcing anything. And NASCAR leadership thinking what the kids want. Everything's fake these days. Give me a real system, 36 races. Man, NASCAR leadership. Why would it take them until January? Just announce it now. I don't want a new playoff system. I want full season points. I don't want to hear shit about playoffs. Either give me that or the 10 race chase. If it ain't that, then don't fucking say shit. Get that playoff shit out of my face. It's been shit for the last 10 since they brought this stupid system. But yeah, that's all I'll say for this video. For the bowl game where Louisville beats Toledo in the NASCAR news. So yeah, leave a like and subscribe for more. Peace.